Sonic the Hedgehog is turning 25 this year. I figured that'd be a good time to break down the 5 best Sonic games of all time. Or my favorite Sonic games of all time. That's the easier thing for people to accept in the comments. And let's go! Start the video. Sonic Adventure 2 was a huge part of my childhood. I freaking loved this game. The first time I ever saw it was before it came out in Toys R Us on a Dreamcast kiosk. Now let me give you some context on what my 8-year-old brain was going through when I saw that game in a kiosk at my favorite place in the universe at the time. I was obsessed with Sonic. I had Sonic toys, Sonic bed sets, I even begged my mom for Sonic sneakers. I thought they make me run fast. Don't judge me. Anyway, Sonic Adventure 2 was a huge deal for me because I was in love with the original Sonic Adventure. But this game didn't have just one Sonic, it had 2 Sonics, and this new Sonic had soaps. Another awesome part about this game was the improved child garden. You could find these test tube things to make your child's stats go up. And you could even transform your childs. They changed based on how you treated them and the characters you used most while raising them. Why does that matter, you ask? Because you could turn them into badass karate masters with iron fists and all that fun stuff. The way you did this was through animals and those stat boosting things I talked about earlier. Why did I spend most of the time talking about the child so far, you ask? Because they're all that mattered. The Sonic and Shadow levels were cool too, I guess. Especially the final boss. Also no Big the Cat. Sonic Colors is one of the underrated Sonic games for sure. That game is awesome. The gameplay is great and it introduced the whips to the series, which we see later in Sonic Lost World, which isn't as bad as everyone thinks. If it didn't have Sonic on the box, people would love it, but I digress. Whips are a great way to mix up the formula in my opinion. My favorite of which is the drill. It feels so awesome to control and it gives Sonic that all-important speedy gameplay. This game also focused on just Sonic and Tails this time around, because Sega knows we don't have time for Sonic, Big the Cat, and Friends with Knuckles. It also has a co-op mode, which admittedly wasn't too good in retrospect, but when I first played it, I thought it was awesome. Though at the time, you could throw co-op in Sonic 06 and I would have told you that it was a crowning achievement in gaming for the year. Everything's better with friendship. Unless you're one of Sonic's friends, cause they suck. Sonic's CD blew my mind. Let's delve into the psyche of little AJ once again, shall we? This coolest thing in the world for me at the time. Also, time travel. It's even like Back to the Future time travel. You gotta go fast to get in between past, present, and future. Come on, how could you not think time travel in a Sonic game is cool? I want Sonic CD HD now. Sonic Team, get to it. Anyway, Sonic CD was another great 2D Sonic game. Granted, I can't really think of a bad 2D Sonic game, but this game in particular had great music which sounded a lot cleaner thanks to the sweet CD quality. The animations are smoother thanks to that sweet CD quality. And the level design is great thanks to that quality. I'm not sure if any of that is true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it had a lot to do with what makes that game so different. It is in the name, it's prominent in the name, Sonic CD. I'm aware that plenty of Sonic fans out there say Sonic 3 is the best Sonic game, and I gotta be honest with you, I completely understand that. Sonic 3 is a great game and it was revolutionary. You could thank Sonic 3 for all that sweet DLC we get these days. Sonic paved the way for DLC, and for that, it has my gratitude. No, but in all seriousness, the Sonic and Knuckles add-on was really cool. The fact that Knuckles was backwards compatible is really cool too. This game is another shining example of great 2D Sonic gameplay. The new power-ups were a great touch, and I love how they reacted to water. Sonic also got the ability to hitch a ride from Tails, and he got a lightning double jump thing, so he won't feel left out when he sees Tails and Knuckles flying high in the sky. My best memory with this game was finally getting all 6 of the Chaos Emeralds, or 7. I don't know, but that doesn't matter. It made it possible for me to finally get to use Super Sonic. Those Chaos Emerald minigames were agonizing for me as a kid. I guess it makes sense because Super Sonic is pretty OP. Sonic Generations is like a greatest hits album for the Sonic franchise. Every good part in every Sonic game is represented, the best parts of 2D and 3D gameplay, and the nostalgia overload is in full effect. This game in particular is unmistakably the best Sonic game in years, but I wholeheartedly believe it's much more than that. Sonic Generations is a love letter to Sonic fans that I hope Sonic Team is taking note of while developing the 2017 Sonic game. And there you have it, my 5 favorite Sonic games of all time. What do you think? You have any favorite Sonic games? Any good memories? Leave them in the comments. And watch some videos action point over here, that one's fun. And another action point. See you next week.